In this video I'm going to take you through the steps for creating parallel text, so English with a foreign language, really quickly. There are many programs where students are required to match words with other words or sentences with other sentences. It would take quite a long time to go through, for example in Quizlet, writing in the French on one side, the English the other side. The same goes for Blooket as well, where you could just manually put in words one and the other, and the same with Textivate, so you could just have to type a word and then put equals. But with all of these it would be very much quicker if you've already prepared a parallel text. To demonstrate this, here's one I've prepared earlier. So there's a parallel text, French on one side and English on the other. I would select it, Control C to copy. Then I'd go into, for example, Quizlet, and there, instead of having to write things, I go to Import. I then copy and paste what I have just taken, and can you see instantly you've got the French on one side and the English on the other. In Blooket it would be the same. You'd go to, it says Quizlet import, but in fact you don't have to go all the way to go to Quizlet to find it. You can just go to next step, go down here, next step, and then again you can just paste it in and it would add the questions and it would generate the questions and the answers for each one. And the same goes for my favourite one, which is Textivate, where having opened it, if I want a matching exercise, I just place the cursor there, do my copy and paste from what I have, and there it's already got it all ready so that when I go to Textivate it can create whatever I want. So for example flashcards, click on there, and there I can go through and do any of the exercises at all. Another one would be something like the multi-match 1 in 3, where I have to choose whichever one I think goes into it. Or you could go for something like the shuffle, where there you've got to move things from one place to another. So I was able to do those very quickly because I'd already got this in a table format. I'm now going to go through the 10 steps to get here very quickly. So the first one is to find your text. So I want to do Lettre au Père Noël by Bruel, and I come here onto a site, and already I've got some lyrics there which I could just take and copy. So I select them like that and go Control C, and then I'm going to copy that into a Word document. So here I am in the Word document and I'm about to copy and paste it, so that's Control V. And I've written here what we've got to do now. We've got to ensure that all of these lines end with a paragraph mark. So the way you can see that is to go up to here and Home, select the paragraph mark, and you can see there's a paragraph mark there, there's one there, but here these are not paragraph endings, they're not the ones that you want. We want them to all be like that. So what you have to do is that you select like that, and then you're going to replace those paragraph marks, which is a caret and an L, with a caret and a P. So I'm going to select all of this. I go up to replace, and I want to replace the caret, which is the Shift 6 L, the soft return, with a caret and a P. And now hopefully you'll see that all of these little soft returns here turn into the paragraph markings. If I go replace all, we've made 28 replacements. I don't want to search the rest of the document. So that's what I wanted. I wanted a proper paragraph mark at the end of every sentence. The next thing I want to do is to translate this ready for my right hand column. I'm not going to do that manually or in my head. I'm going to use DeepL. So select it all, Control C, and I'm going to open up my DeepL program. There it is, copy and paste. French detected, I wanted it in English, and I copy that. The translation has been copied. And now I go back to my Word document and Control V, I paste it. And note that the paragraph marks are retained. You've got paragraph marks all the way down there. Step 5 is that we need to convert this French text into a table, into one column. So select everything, go up to Insert Table, and we just want, convert text to table, just one column, fixed column width auto, and this is important that it separates the text at the paragraphs. That's really important. Okay, and then that makes it into a table automatically. Step 6 is that then you need to do exactly the same for the English. So again, select it all, go to Insert Table, Convert Text to Table, one column, fixed column width, separate text at paragraphs. OK. Next step is to reduce the column width of each of them. So let's start with the French, and I recommend that you go under halfway. Then do the same with the English. So again, pull it back and not quite halfway. And the next step is to drag the English to go with the French. So you can just click and drag it up. And because you've got exactly the same number of lines, because you had your paragraph markings by just, oops. Just to show you can just do Control Z to undo that. Let's do it again. So if I just again drag it up, there we go, and then I just drop it there. There we are. Now it's lined up exactly and all ready for you. Of course, the next thing is to edit the translation to suit what your purpose is. I'll just take off the paragraph markings now. Sometimes I find that the translation is almost too good, and what I want to often use this for is so that students know exactly how the words all match up. So here, I've done this earlier, I've changed some of it, and the things that I've changed I've just put in red so you can see what I've done. And then here's how it's ended up. And here's a version where I've taken out the colour. So now I've got a translation which suits the purposes that I've got for it. It's at this point that you can now take this and put it into your text manipulation packages. So a reminder about how you do that: you just select the table like that, Control C, select, and you go to your package. So for example, Textivate, I'm in the match, Control V, and then Textivate, and then you can do all of these, whatever exercises you want. Okay. And so on. Something else that I tend to use this for is to go through a PowerPoint where on every click a translation will appear. So they'll see the French, try and translate it, then I click and they see the translation, and so on. So what I want to do is to convert this into a list, which I can then copy into a PowerPoint, where I can change the slide so that it will appear on click. So the first thing I do is to take this, and I'll often change the format of this. So here you can see I've made it so that it's all italics and that it's blue, just so that it will stand out as being different. And the next step is to change it all back from a table to a text. So to do that, I select the table, and then I go here up to Layout. Within Layout, I have Convert to Text, And there I separate the text with paragraph marks. I find that the default is often tabs, but change it to paragraph marks, because I know that there are paragraph marks at the end of every sentence. And then I do OK. And there you can see that you've got French, English, French, English, and so on. Actually, that wasn't very clever, was it? That's not French, but anyway. So, but it's all in the order that you want to be able to put into your PowerPoint. So here's my PowerPoint ready to put in the words. And here's what I'm going to paste in. I've just changed the lyrics to parallel. There we are. So let's take that for example. Control C, go into there, and there we are. It's all ready. And then to make that so that it's animated, if you haven't already got a slide that's already done like that, that's where you go to your animations, appear, start, on click. So that means that when you come to do this slideshow from current slide, whenever you click, it will appear.